What is going on, guys? Welcome to part 3 of my FM19 experiment where we have pumped £1 billion into a non-league side in Dartford and they've made it all the way to the championship, getting promoted into the Premier League. If you haven't watched the previous episodes, you would see the balance now is down around just a little bit less than 300 million, but they've definitely invested at that for sure. Yeah, they've invested the money really well in the training facilities, youth facilities, a lot of that, and something one of you guys pointed out with the stadium, Loftus Road, so they're sharing that with QPR now, just to show you guys that there we go to teams. There's QPR, Dartford, that are the teams that play at Loftus Road. That's pretty cool. So after that big season, getting promoted to the Premier League, hey, like previous episodes we've done of this, guys, let's get straight into the following season and see how they compete. It's going to be a different kettle of fish for sure, this one. Like, I mean, it's Premier League. Surely they cannot go all the way. They cannot go all the way. And even just top 4, I don't expect that. I think it'll be massive just to get mid-table and not be near the bottom, but who knows what they're going to do with the money, what players that could really attract. I'm so intrigued. So yeah, let's see how it's all going to play out in the following season. And here we are. That is an 8th finish. You look not too bad, close to a European position, but points-wise, it's really not. Look, West Ham even 49. Then look at the difference. Arsenal on 75. So yeah, there was a great gap. But position-wise, Dartford first season in the Premier League. Any team getting promoted, but for a team that's got straight promotions from the non-leagues, that's a really impressive position to put them in a spot to contend maybe for that European spot next season, invest more and attract better players. They've got the money, so now that can attract better quality. So that's really nice to see that finish. It's just going to open up more players that will want to join Dartford next season. And we take a look at this, and as expected as well, I didn't think the balance would dip lower, because being in the Premier League, yeah, you're going to get more money through, and already having the sugar daddy, the foreground, so yeah, money's going to be pumped in now, and maybe it could eventually, after a few seasons, keep pushing its way back up to $1 billion. Yeah, that will be interesting to see, and Thierry Henry, he still kept his job. Definitely, he would have gone above his expectations, for sure, finishing 8th with Dartford. That is really nice to see, but yeah, let's see the transfers. You might see a few different players here. Luke Berry still stayed and he's captain. So let's take a look how he's going just for now. See, attribute-wise, guys, like it's very strange. He's still the captain because he's right in the under 23s. So it's hard to expect him to go up all the way. Like, look from League One. Where's that? The National League. Yeah, it's really hard to expect him to be a Premier League player. But anyway, yeah, let's take a look. That's what you're going to see. New top players in the team going to start. Yeah, things will be changing. But let's take a look at the transfer history now, guys. Let's see these big moves. Again, we'll focus more on, you can see the players going out. You would have keep track of players that have joined, and they might be leaving now. So let's see. Well, they are leaving now. You see the fees, but the biggest signing there, transfer-wise, that was Maximiliano Romero from Dortmund. That 25 million fee. Again, when we load up the new game, we have to change this. So yeah, we will just go to his career history. So just to see the stats, because we can see the fee he signs for in the transfer section, but 25 million just to see the progress of his career, because obviously at PSV where he's at, so it's a lot of movements, but it's a progression in his career. It's weird to see from Dortmund to Dartford progression, but yeah, a Premier League side, and yeah, he had an alright season, scored 12 goals. But there is quite a few names, so we will go through these at a decent pace. Danny Carvajal, he good signing at 32. They're poaching a lot of these, let's say poaching, but signing players from big clubs. Look, Liverpool, like Dortmund, Man United. So they would be players that normally would be a bit older and they're a bit on the outer, and they'll be wanting to leave the previous club. If you see, for example, here, he wasn't playing too much the last few seasons, so he's not actually a bad player, I reckon, for Dartford. Like, these players they're signing, they're players to contend for a top 6, I reckon. Like, if you take a look at Ivan Gomez, see, they're really, these are good Premier League players, really solid Premier League players. That a reason why a side like Man United, Liverpool would sign those types. So Alfredo Sosa, he's a regen, but he looks to be a pretty solid keeper. Again, yeah, all right. Look, he conceded. Look at the goals conceded. That's not too bad. Not too bad for a newly promoted side. Let's take a look at Ruiz, another region. Of course, there'll be quite a few regions at this point in the save now. They will be a bit younger, but coming into the first team, like in the early 20s. He's very quick. Technically a bit weak. He's got some nice mentals, but yeah, interesting move. Jay Brewster. They've got all these regions now, so these regions type we'll go through a bit quickly. I just want to see some names. Ian Chapman, so look at the attributes. So he's very young, so hopefully they train him the right way to see his development. Mason Mount, though, on a free transfer, that's an alright deal. He's an okay Premiership player. He's an okay Premier League player. Like, he's solid. He's solid enough. If you see his attributes mixed from 14s to 16s, there are quite a few 14, 15, and a couple 16. So yeah, he's alright attributes. And Wijnaldum, like, you can't deny that signing on a free. He's never had an average rating over 7 in this save for Liverpool, though, but he's still, like I said, I keep going back to as solid. A lot of solid signings, but then, yeah, a couple of guys you mentioned before, I would say they're good. Like the likes from Man United, Liverpool, really good moves. There's a difference between good and solid. Solid is like, yeah, that's a good player. They're just still at that quality. Scott McKenna as well, like his strength there, a bit of leadership on the pitch, but he's transfer listed. I would say he was a good signing, but maybe he could be a leader in the team, a new captain. But yeah, he's probably looking still high expectations. Lisandro Martinez as well. Again, good attributes. Eric Bay. Again, he's joining. Okay, we'll go on that for a second, guys, as well, as there was another. If we go into the transfer center, Lisandro Martinez as well. So those players on loan, they made those transfers. If you just want to take a look at that, if we go into the transfer section, that was just over 11 million for Eric, and then for Lisandro, his fee was 32 mil. 32 mil. So that's a big move. See, he signed from Arsenal there. So Arsenal's going to make a bit of cash there. But he's a good player. I reckon. I think Arsenal did very well to get that money for him. He's established Premier League player now. So yeah, just to take a look at that signing and how that all played out. So we'll go to just the schedule now, see how the games, like, yeah, 8th, first season in the Premier League. That is fantastic. They did well. I just wanted to document how they did in the Cups. You see FA Cup, well, got knocked out by Leeds United. How Leeds United going there in the Premier League as well, 15th finish. It's not too bad. EFL Cup, and they got knocked out. They got knocked out there, the quarterfinals by Man United, which is fair enough. So that'll be all to speak on the season. It was just, the biggest thing there was to consolidate. The last month wasn't that great, but I say that like, oh, maybe they could have finished higher, but really not. If anything, just 7th. So they did really well there. And again, if we go to the rules, 8th finish that's going to get them almost 28 million just below that. So that's helpful. That's with the money as well. So yeah, okay, Dartford. They still obviously have a respectable, probably more than just respectable amount of cash. There's a lot of money there, and we'll do a roundup. We'll do a roundup of the younger talents, the regions and stuff that came through toward the last season. We'll do in this part of this little series we're doing, in this little experiment, so we can get a gauge of how they've developed. But we will simulate the next season, and will they see an increase, or will it be more of the same? Will they push towards a European spot, break through into the top 6? Like I said, they've got the money, and I have faith. I have faith that a lot more players will be attracted after this finish. There's much, there'll be a lot more, opposed to a newly promoted side compared to a side that's pushing for Europe just below those spots. So, yeah. Season 2 that we do in this episode is going to be very interesting. So let's see how it goes. And come the end of this season, will you take a look at that? Now Dartford's 7th. It's really hard to break down that top 6 of Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham, Arsenal, Manchester United. So it's still respectable to be the next team behind them for Dartford. as disappointing as it is, you want to see him break into that top 6, but it's not going to be easy at all. There is a lot more to talk about though. So of course, as usual, we'll go and see how now there's a big loss for the season, but the overall estimated value is 2 billion. So I'm going to take a look at what I think that will be, but I feel like that's a really big increase. I'm wondering, what that is. So before we get into transfers, the transfers that were made exactly, if we head on into the facilities and a planned move, a stadium, look at this, stadium, you see there's a stadium sponsor there, 15-year, that's a big one, 15-year stadium sponsorship deal, 1.52 million per season, ends 2040. How about that? But due to move into a 27k capacity Dartford Stadium, I assume is just like building, their own stadium there. That's what's going to be the big money. But that's all I'm going to say. It's a really big increase in estimated value. If there could be something else from that, let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments. But I still feel, that will be a major part of it. But that's a really big thing. But estimated value is now more than it began with. Like putting $1 billion into the club, now it's 2 billion. Even seeing the balance is 622 million now. So, that is big. But guys, would you look at this? This is by far the biggest spending season. It's what they need, and that's what I mean, making these big moves like this and still not being able to break into the top 6. I hope we could see that breakthrough in the next season, though. So Harry Wilson from Brighton. Let's see how Harry Wilson... See, they're building a squad. They're building a squad of quality Premier League players there. So he's done pretty well. 9-goal season. So yeah, Lisandro Martinez, already mentioned him. The deal's just gone through. Then let's see this Eddie Nketiah, sorry if I'm saying his name wrong, but another striker, he scored 12 goals for the season. So, they're making the right moves. There. And so Thierry, he stayed in the job. They had a bit of moves early, and he's been there since 2020, 5 years now. So, he's holding his job down really well. And he's performing pretty well as a manager. Just need to see that breakthrough at top 6 now. Just need to use this money. Oh, see, look at this. This is another... They're getting we're going to check the tactics. We're going to check the tactics they're using now. But this guy, 2 meter. 2 meter. Oh, 2 meter with that strength, jumping reach, and 18 finishing, and only 22. So you see his attributes will increase. They got players there, and Bay... Galeno, is that... he's 27 years of age. He's a winger. Pretty decent. I say he's solid for... go back to saying solid. He's just good enough for a team that wants to kind of break through into Europe. He's got that pace and flair, so he didn't even get any assists. That's a bit of an issue, you would say. If they're playing him on the wing there, you gotta you want to see assists. How about Jonas? Another region there, left back, really, really quick. They did sign one of those types previously, quicker fullback. So how about this Ray Kemert? Nothing, he's not fantastic, but as a backup, he's okay. He's okay as a backup. How about Sapper? These guys are a bit cheaper. Don't expect them to be too amazing. But how about this guy? See, he would have been, because he's from a Polish side, he wouldn't be as expensive. And his quality is top, though. I reckon he could break through. Keep in mind, he's 20, so he's going to keep improving. He's valued 20 million. He could be one of those beasts. He's a wonder kid as well, so he's one that could take him further. Then signing James Garner, who's a good young talent in FM, he could be a good squad rotation play. He'll be a nice central mid, like a deep playing playmaker. He's not going to have crazy outstanding attributes, but he's got some good 14s and 15s in important areas for a central mid. So if we take a look at the results, they went through a period where, like, if you take a look around that area there, that's a lot of losses. That's a lot of losses in a row. I can't really check out. I can see their expectations by the media, but I'm gonna say that run there was really important. Some close games, quite a few 1-goal wins there. Those were really important to get that position this season. Even if dropping a few wins there, Okay, they were a bit safe. They were a bit safe. Look at the difference from 7th to 8th as well, but I guess, yeah, that shows the difference there. And let's just see the prize money for this 7th again. So that's 30 million. That's 30 million coming in from the league position, so that's good for them. So here we're going to take a look at the best performing players for the season. Again, we'll sort by the average rating. Josh Tymon, he's really holding himself now as a really good Dartford player, holding that position down as his. They may have signed some of those other left backs. They would have been backup. A bit of younger players, but yeah, he's going to be a hard one to take his position. It's going to be hard because he's been super consistent, over 100 games now, league games for Dartford. He could be a future captain, so he's wanted now. No surprise, garnering that interest from the likes of Man City. And Eddie there, he had a pretty good season, scored 13 goals as well. 13 goals, 5 assists. Emmy there as well, but Tymon, he was really, really outstanding. There's a few others with that 7, just over the 7 rating. There's a few Argentinian lads in there as well. Thierry getting those through. So most goals, Eddie, he's a pretty good striker. He's quick, really good finisher with that 16 as well. So there's Harry Wilson. I was just going to say, there's the players there. You see Maximiliano Romero as well. There's just feels like there's a lot of players that can play striker. And then we see the most assists actually came through Joe Willock, with 19 starts there. He's a nice midfielder as well. So, he came through Arsenal as a youngster. So, most assists, but no one really stood out with the assist by the looks of things. Like 7, yeah. And from his starts, he would have gone on to have a standout amount if he started more. So, yeah, maybe try him a little bit more. But let's see the tactics. Let's see how the tactics are really looking now, lads. Okay, they're still playing like a 4-2-3-1, like a wide formation. It just suit them, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of strikers missing out off of that. So, that's pretty interesting. And it was suggested also in another comment. I just want to see what this one is. Yeah, sometimes these things are really hard to size up. That's just knowledge level, so that doesn't matter too much. Just got all the information on this kind of squad view for different things to show you guys, so you can see the wages, so you can see what we're paying to a certain amount of players, and we just try and line them up to see who those guys are. So yeah, Danny Carvajal and Martinez is the top 2. So yeah, they're on 200k and 180k respectively. And if you guys just want to look, those guys are top amounts. So just so you know where the money is being spent. But let's take a look at this. Georgino Wijnaldum, he's going to be moving on, and then Adam Unas as well. He's joining Atalanta. So there is the moves. There's the moves being made, and I like to think. Thierry, he's heading, and the players as well, but he's in control of a lot of stuff. He's heading in the right direction. The training facility, youth facility, that's 4.5 star now. So again, just to wrap that up a little bit for you guys to see. Superb youth facilities, good data analysis facilities, superb training facilities, top corporate facilities. That would go a bit in the value of the club as well, the corporate facilities, but still fairly basic youth recruitment, which is very weird. Like, the own talents they're going to bring through probably won't be amazing. They probably don't need to with the money, really. But yeah, the big thing will be building their own stadium. They'll have 27k capacity. That is an increase. They would want to build. They have the money to build it even more. So I'm going to be really intrigued how it'll go over the next season, because how they're going to spend that money. You saw that was really put in this season. So it's made the balance go down, but the estimated value is higher. So yeah, I think we covered a good amount there, but we'll simulate one more season. We will do one more season and see where Dartford will be sitting come the end of this episode. I want to see them. I want to see them break through and get into Europe. Let's build up. They've been building with very, very good signings. I feel they could be competing. I say that top 6. Yeah, maybe just a few more. They need to bring through a star, 1 or 2 star signings that will really be world class. So let's see what they're going to do in this next up and coming season. Alright guys, and it looks like it's been a similar season. Strikes me, funnily enough, with a bit of a disappointment. It's a 9th finish, it looks like. And the estimated value, it's gone down $1 billion. It was up to $2 billion. It's just really interesting how that could have went down. We'll take a look at a few things, like the balance. The balance is going down a lot. Still shows as a profit this time in the season, but yeah, yeah, the balance has dropped surprisingly a lot, as I thought it was going back up. So yeah, it just hit me with a bit of a surprise, and I wanted to see a bit of an increase, but hold on, guys, hold on. Dartford still actually has qualified for the Europa League with that 9th finish. And Manchester United, they qualified for Champions League through a 6th finish. So you know what that means. There you go. They were Europa League final winners there. They lifted the Europa League. So yeah, just to show you that. But Dartford, it was still nice, I suppose, to see him play Euro, because I was wondering, this will be the last season we're doing for this part. And I guess it gives a reason. It gives a reason to do another. If they finished 9th without that FA Cup final win against Bournemouth, how about that? Yeah, I might have thought about it in that way. Hold up, they qualified last year. Hold up, guys. We missed something. We missed it. That was Europa League. Yeah? Go back for a second. Yeah, I guess sometimes with that 7 finish, it does depend on cup winners and all of that. Normally, yeah, I thought it was 5th and 6th, but yeah, 7th. So they did, yeah, it didn't have that name, that EC qualified for Europa League, from what I remember. So that was cool at least. That was cool at least they got into that. So we'll show, okay, that's worth taking a look at. Yeah, okay, yeah, they got that best place alright, they still had to qualify. They had to still beat Feyenoord as well, so it wasn't for sure to get to the group stages, and they did alright. And guys, by alright, I mean making it to the semi-finals. Yeah, got knocked out by AC Milan there, lost on both legs. So maybe that provided a bit of, let's just say it made it a bit harder for the Premier League games, a lot more, especially around that period there. Quite a few losses. If they kept winning, you never know. Maybe could have pushed top 6. So they're still gonna remain. They're still gonna remain there next season. Europa League, have another go. So for that reason, so there was a bit more to see because of that. Though, we'll give you an update on the transfers now, and especially that, look, I guess, spending 179 million money, yeah, that's gonna make the balance go down, but still it got 93 from players sold, so, yeah. So let's go through these players they brought in anyway. Max Aarons from Southampton, 60 million. How's Max Aarons looking now? He's a pretty good fullback. A younger fullback in FM. And you can see he develops with a lot of pace, quicker. And those kind of fullbacks, you might look, their technical and mentals are not standout, but if they're kind of average from 12s to 14s and maybe a few 15s and 16s, like, yeah, they'll be good. Their pace makes up for it, and it makes him a pretty good player. If you take a look at that average rating in the league and Europa League together for the season, he did really well. So let's take a look at Jibril Sow. He's 29 years of age, pretty accomplished player there with his attributes. Again, we won't spend too much time on these. We kind of know the league finish, region as well. Beastly, that's what I mean. They're bringing through. Let's just go through all these. Rafael Varane as well. He's still good, even though he's 33. Of course, a bit slower now, but still good defensive ability. Tico there. Another goalkeeper, younger, 22. So they're getting him. Their signings are being made really well, in my view. Look, this Marcelo Torres, 28 years of age. 28 years of age. And yeah, he's accomplished, a bit of experience. Again, I wouldn't say he's a standout player. He's solid enough. But look at they should probably play him more off of that. 5 goals from 7 starts. So yeah, without being a standout player attribute-wise initially. And how about this guy, Dario? He's 24, so this is where a step up really, I think, start to be at his absolute best. So he'll be a good signing. Yeah, look, balance of 20. Physically, he's got a lot of nice physical attributes. Look at that vision as well, passing. He's going to be one. He's going to be one maybe in the next season to really stand up. Lee Nichols. That's a really, really cheap signing. Probably just getting a backup goalkeeper there, so he's not that good. So, yeah, just as a backup. Andrea Zivkovic, though, on loan from Manchester United. Yeah, he's always a solid top-level winger. Gets the job done. Without being one of those world-class wingers, he's good. He's a very good player. Then Kurt Zuma, experienced centre back, very physical. So it makes the team. The team now is surely looking very solid. If he goes to the average rating, that was Ivan Gomez. Ivan Gomez there. He was out on loan at PSV actually, so maybe not count him. And then Eddie was there. He's at top with 29 goals, so more a dominant season, and he's just got a bit of an injury there. So he's played a few times for England. So this has been the best season average rating wise. Really, look how many players above 7. So let's not disregard the season too much. Look at the goals scored and the assists. So it makes me think about it a bit. It's, again, position-wise, not as good as the previous season, but it looks like a lot of the players did have good seasons from what we can see. So you take a look at the goal, look, 56 goals scored. On that, it doesn't look that high, but again, because Europa League, I guess being in the Europa, there's going to be more games, but I'd say more games would make it harder to have a higher average rating. The more games you play, more chance of poorer games, but yeah, they put good performances out. So that's, yeah, really interesting. Once more, I'll show you the wages. So pretty high. There's 3 guys there. Well, there's 2 250k and 1 275. So that will be those top three lads. If we go across, yeah, Eddie, Mike, one of the centre backs, Mike Owosu. He's got beast attributes though. You want him. You want these players for sure. I guess it gives you a reason where the money is being spent. But yeah, very, very interesting. Very, very interesting just to see how everything is playing out though, guys. As we'll just head back to the overview and we'll leave it here. So yeah, this is a pretty big episode of this. We are in 2026 now, so let me know if you'd like to see. Leave the support on the video. I've made this video now because the last video just hit 100 likes, and I saw it when seeing it now. I saw it. Yeah, it was 100 likes and 0 dislikes, so no negativity at all on the last episode. So that's pretty cool. Pretty rare with YouTube, you know. There always comes along a dislike someone, but yeah, it's always cool when I see that. And I feel like I'm getting back to a stage. It's funny. It's something I may have said last year at a time, or maybe the year before. I said I missed a time on YouTube when I had a bit more lower views and there would be like a little community, and I feel like I have that now. I feel like that's come back. So I said I missed that, so I can't complain. Maybe my views are a bit lower than maybe last couple years or something like that, but I don't know. I like this little community where you really barely see negativity, and honestly I like that. It's a little community. Obviously you always want to do well on YouTube, but I did say I missed that, and it's nice to see, at least like comments wise, it's nice to see always you guys being positive. But yeah, let's grow this positivity and reach some new people as well, because I'm enjoying the content I'm making, and I wanted to do that. I didn't want to keep doing something I wasn't enjoying in terms of saves and stuff like that. I'm enjoying doing these experiments, so I hope you enjoy seeing them, and let me know some more, because yeah, if you want those series, I've done plenty in the past, and yeah, I've got some longer. If you want to search, you can search on my channel for some longer series I did. People always say I stopped series early, but I'm playing Football Manager. I remember when I started, I had they're not videos on my channel anymore. I showed like about 3 or 4 different saves I was doing, and I just want to share my Football Manager saves I was playing, and that's how I do it. Some people like to play like 10, 15 plus seasons and do that as one save for the whole year, but yeah, I can't do that. It's just like, I need to do more than that throughout a whole Football Manager year, you know, so I'm just messing around with it, just playing the game, you know. I think people get too specialized with that, and you have to play in one save for the whole game, and like, no, you're limiting yourself too much from enjoying the game just to please the people that like to see that. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy what I do anyway, and I'll catch you guys next time.